Hey guys, so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over what rods we are using, what boat we are running, and the units and the motor. So first we're going to start off with rods, and we're going to start off with my personal favorite rod, and it is the 13 Demon Black Edition. It's got a Guggen Squad flat-sided crankbait on it that runs 36 foot deep. It has got a Concept 13 reel on it with a 7 bearing ratio. Length is 7.2 medium fat, 7.3 medium heavy. So next we're gonna go to
my favorite rod.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
My favorite is a All-Star Spinnerbait ASCC 825 SB paired with a Bass Pro DBS dual braking system left-handed reel.
So next
paired
we're
with a jerkbait and 610 medium fast.
So the next rod we're going to move on to is the Big Sexy Favorite Rod. It has got a 13 Concept 13 reel on it with a 7 bearing ratio. It has got a Berkeley square bill. It is a black, red, yellow, and orange. With the rod is 7 foot medium heavy. And that is, I believe, Dad's favorite rod. That is actually like Fort Guy's rod. And it is the most expensive one we have actually got. So the next one we're going to move on to is Tangled Up. At this point. Come on.
I get to do this. This is a carrot stick by, it's called a carrot stick. It's a 7 foot, I won't say what it is.
It's most likely medium heavy.
Say it's a medium fast because it's small eyes. It's paired up with a Quantum Vapor, and its gear ratio is, I don't say gear ratio, but it's 11 bearings paired up with a Berkeley another Berkeley square bill.
It is a red and a kind of pinkish color with orange and gold on the bottom, and it's got those red eyes. There's that one. That one runs 7.5 foot deep. So that's about it on that rod. So next we're gonna move on to.
Oh, and all these reels are left-handed.
So next we're gonna move on to my personal rod. It is a Shimano SJC 70M. The length is 7 foot long. It has got a 13 origin reel on it, and it's got a 7 bearing system with a gear ratio of 6:1. It has got a chartreuse and white chatterbait or clickbait on it.
Chatterbait.
And
Clickbait's Guggen.
It's got a white, kind of looks like what? Paddle tail as the trailer. This one was actually one of the ones we featured in yesterday's video. It did not catch no fish or miss any fish, but it's just one we use. The next one we're gonna move on to, we already did this one.
Is another carrot stick paired up with a Bass Pro DBS dual braking system reel with high-speed bearings, left-handed, and the rod is... It don't say on this one. It don't say the length, but I'd say it's about 7 foot. Paired up with a
Bandito bug.
natural color bandito bug on a...
There's that. That is actually one of the lures we missed many fish on yesterday.
Yesterday.
And then it's got a lead weight on it at about a
bullet head weight.
About a foot up.
Oh, it is a 7 foot.
So the next rod we're gonna move on to is a Shimano Compor or something like that. Graphite rods. It's a worm and jig rod. It does not have a worm or jig on it. It's got a Berkeley chartreuse and it is Berkeley. A chartreuse and blue crankbait on it. It's missing one eyeball on the other side. The rod is paired up with a
It's another Bass Pro DBS.
Another Bass Pro DBS. It is a
should be high-speed bearing.
Doesn't really say.
It should say right there under the reel.
Well, I know
Right
it
here.
should, but it doesn't.
Above that, it should say high-speed.
Oh, a 7 bearing system. It don't really say high speed anywhere.
Oh, on this one.
Alright, so the next one we're gonna move on to is
We've not done this one.
no.
It's a 13 Demon Black Edition with it is a 7-11.
I like this rod too. This is
extra fast, paired up with a Cast King Speed Demon, which will be changed next time. Paired up with a jig with a Kraken crawl in the tail. Jig needs replaced. It's got a rusty hook. Oh, it's a rattling jig.
here. We gotta show them.
Oh. It's all wrapped up.
Alright, here. Just leave the rod with me.
I think I got it actually. Nope.
And that is the jig. It is a brown, green, and black with a looks kind of be like a Kraken crawl maybe. And it's got the rattling head. So that's it for that one. The next one we're going to move on to is a Jerkbait Rod.
It's an all-star.
All-Star. It's got a Abu Garcia Silver Max on it. It is a 6 bearing system with doesn't really say if it's don't really say anything else, but it's a jerkbait rod, and this is the lure that actually caught the little largemouth we caught yesterday.
It was a smallmouth.
It is a pearl white
Bone.
or pearl bone
No,
or bone
it's just
bone colored jerkbait. And that is the one we actually caught the fish on yesterday that I did not have a picture of for the last video. And we have got more rods inside, but I don't think we're going to go over those. But next we are going to move on to our tackle box and what is in our tackle box and how we how we organize it and do all that.
Just pause the video.
So we're going to move on to the tackle box now.
Pause it.
So now we are going to be moving on to what is in the tackle box we use. So first we're going to start off with our what kind of box we're using. We're using a Guggen Squad Bass Mafia tackle box. It is, I believe it's waterproof.
Yep.
And it can sustain. They're unbreakable. This is our jerkbait box.
And there's
No, this is not.
There's crankbaits mixed in there.
Oh, it's got crankbaits and jerkbaits because our crankbait box is kind of over full. So I'm gonna start off with we're gonna
have to speed this up.
we're gonna have to show you, we're gonna show you which ones we're using.
You just need to show them like this. Just show them like this.
Well, yeah, I ain't gonna be able to show you individually what we have, but we are not very organized on the boat. So, in this one, we have got jerkbaits, a few spoons, and a lot of crankbaits, and a clickbait by Guggen. So, we have got our weird colored jerkbaits up here. We have got a sexy shag color right here. We've got a red and black clickbait. Another, this one, this is another sexy shag color. The red and black clickbait, we have got a Guggen Squad jerkbait. It is
called a Scout.
It's called a Scout. That's what Guggen calls it. It is a gold.
A junior Scout.
It's a gold and brownish and tangled up-ish. It's goldish and gold, green, and brown. I've never really thrown that one. And we've also got a gold and black and silver one. And then we have got some, it is winter, so we've got a ton of red and black and some gold crankbaits. We've got some, this is like one of the most expensive little crankbaits we got. It is a Spro crankbait. It is red and black. It's a crawl color.
Very expensive.
It's ridiculous. That's what it is. We've got a really weird one here. I've never really seen this one thrown.
Dad just bought it.
It is a Rapella
flat-sided crankbait.
Flat-sided crankbait.
Perch.
It is a perch color. And we've also got a few more red ones. We have got a sexy shag color. We've got some chartreuse and yellow ones and some crawl color. And then another chartreuse and yellow. And spoons really have nothing to do with this, so we ain't gonna go over those.
We're gonna move on to the next box now. This is our crankbait box. It's got a mix of just normal bills, square bills, and rattle traps, and a couple jigging minnows. There are a lot of sexy shad, the red and black, and we've got chrome and blue.
Oh, I'm in the way.
And there's a couple other colors. Show them the box.
Pull out me that top bar. We've got a spatterback here. We have got a we've got a wiggle wart. I thought that was a joke when I was first told about wiggle warts, so I had to look that up. And we've got a few red ones, some sexy shad ones. Most of them are square billed, but we do have a few round bill. So that's it for that box. And we've also got a few rattle traps. So that's it on that one. And this one is our hook, jig and sinker box. It's got a few trailers, and it's got some doll flies, which we really don't use those. This one's a peanut butter and jelly jig.
My favorite.
It has got a bandito bug on it. We have got a brown jig, and got a few random things there. We've got some bullet weights. No, we've got some bullet weights. And what kind of hooks are we using?
Gamma guts. No.
Eagle Claw. I really don't know what brand hooks we use. Or Gamakatsu maybe. And Gamakatsu, I don't really know the type of hook, but that's it. That is not it. We might be out. And that is the type hook we use. Can't really see it. And then there's a black jig. So that's it on that one. So now we're gonna move on to our spinnerbait
and Chatterbait box. So in here we've got a couple clickbait.
And it's starting to rain on us.
Guggen, the Chatterbait just made by Guggen. Then we have some just normal Chatterbaits. We've got some swim bait. We've got some buzz baits. Some more jigging minnows. A couple swim baits. And we got some Guggen spinner baits. I think we just got one. That's about it in this box.
We got, this is our most used chatterbait right here. This is our, we catch lots and lots of fish on this one. I'm doing that. It's a white chatterbait, and we normally pair it up with either a saucy swimmer or a paddle tail. And we've got some chartreuse, yellow and blue spinnerbait, and just a chartreuse one here. And then we got the red clickbait, and there's a quick view of that. So now we're going to move on to our Topwater Box. Put that back. So all we've got here is we've just got a few frogs and a few poppers and a sexy dog. Here's a sexy shad one. We've got a ribbit. That's not a ribbit frog.
It is.
A ribbit frog.
There's a Guggen eat me frog.
There's a weird one. We've got.
That's a booyah frog.
We've got an eat me frog.
By Guggen.
It's a Guggen frog. We've got a weird color.
Man, you need to know the name.
A black and red one, or a black one with red eyes. This is our. Well, that is our most used color popper. It is a perch color, and we've got a sexy. We use sexy shad, sexy dogs. So that's a quick view of that. We're not really gonna go over all the soft plastics because there's a ridiculous amount of those. So
we've just got a mix between Guggen, Zoom, Bass Pro, and Young.
Put that back. So
I'm not gonna.
So that's about it on that part. Next week we'll be moving on to what units we are running. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over what units we are running. We are running Lawrence Elite 9s. Lowrance Elite 9s. This one right here is set up for graphing. You can zoom in with this little button here. It'll tell you how fast you're going and the depth of the water, and I believe this one also will tell you
Directions.
It tells you directions, and I believe this one tells you the temperature of the water. So there's that one. And then we've also got over here another Lowrance Elite 9. This one is set up for graphing and reading the fish. And this one will tell you the chlorine in the water and all that good stuff. It tells you the depth, the temperature of the water, and all that. So now we're going to move up to the front of the boat, where we are also running another Elite 9. It is also set up like the one at the back. It's down imaging, and it's set up just like the one on the back. So now we're going to go on to what total motor we're using. We're using a Minn Kota Ultrax. It is a 80-pound thrust. Do what?
24 volt.
And it is a 24-volt power, or auto, and it's autopilot. Now we are going to be moving on to what kind of boat we are using. So now we are going to be going over what boat we are running. We are running a Ranger R91VS by Forrest L. Wood, and it is a 20 foot boat. It has got
Single axle.
It is a single axle trailer, which is right there, and there's the spare wheel. We have got an easy step for when you are getting.
People have to get up in the boat somehow.
It is an easy step to help you get up in the boat. We have got a easy clip or something.
Easy launch.
Easy launch. When you're pulling out of the water, it will clip into that. So that way you have not got to release or reel in your boat. So that is about it on the boat. It is maroon, gold, and black with a gold flake. So now we're going to be moving on to what motor we are running. It is a Mercury electric fuel injected engine. It is a 200 horsepower motor. It's a V6 engine, which is sad.
Paired up with a Mercury Marine Tempest Plus. I think it's a 23 pitch prop.
And it is.
Yeah, it's a 23 pitch prop.
It is.
It's an 03 motor paired with a. No, it's a 2000 motor paired with a 2000s boat.
And we have got the year of the boat is a 2000, and the year of the motor is 2003. I guess the motor blew up or something in that time. Or 2000, not 3. I guess that is about it for this video. That was just going over what
we're running.
It's going over what we are running. So
like, share, comment, subscribe. See ya.